Okay, time to talk about missing flight MH-370. There's some amazing new information and analysis that has been done on this very strange encounter or event. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, a lot of our analysis and a lot of the research that's been done has been done by Ashton, Forbes, and shared on Twitter and on YouTube. But there have been other people taking up the call to find out what the heck happened there. And here's AP News. No, MH370 hasn't been found. Underwater photo is a different plane. Claim. A photo of a plane underwater shows the wreckage of Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 has finally been found. AP's assessment false. The photo shows an old Lockheed Martin L-1011 TriStar airplane in the Red Sea. The image comes from a video posted online by Deep Blue Dive Center. The facts. Social media users are sharing photos of an old abandoned plane at the bottom of the sea, falsely claiming it shows MH370. A post on Twitter shows a photo of the front of a rusty airplane, but the photo doesn't show Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, which remains missing. It shows an abandoned plane that was sunk off the coast of Jordan to create an artificial reef. So, if MH370 is still missing, where is it and what happened to it? Ashton Forbes shares with us a new analysis done by Bob Grenier, who did an amazing scientific analysis of the videos yesterday called Fractal Toroidal Movement. He notices the monopoles of the orbs begin to tumble and orient towards the center of the plane right before they converge on it. This is what he expects to happen to create the phase singularity. Everything he discusses is backed by science, and he has a full-length video talking about it, and I will link to that.
Rotate itself. This
let's watch a few seconds of this.
Point, they seem to be tumbling the monopoles. So it's not going forward, it's starting to rotate itself. And, okay, do they align? Do they start to get into alignment? Because what you want is the monopoles to have their own azimuth to produce a ring to create another tor above, and then you pull these in, and that creates the unification of the forces at phase singularity of the -1 tors. Look, okay, so they're pulling in at that point, right? That's exactly what you want, right before. So they're rotating and pulling in. This point, they see.
Okay, they're rotating and pulling in to create this singularity, I suppose. I don't understand the physics of it, but if you do, let me know in the comments below. Okay, more from Bob Grenier, as shared by Ashton Forbes. He discusses the projectile delivery mechanism we have presumed is a laser facing in the direction of travel. He also explains how the combined movement of the orbs can cohere electrons, which forces them to the same energy level. We can now adjust our understanding such that we are seeing macroscopic quantum coherence, arranging electrons in a way that allows a solid-state object to obtain the properties of quanta. Mr. Grenier's analysis is the most comprehensive scientific explanation of the orb's movement we've seen to date. And here is an 8-minute long video where Grenier demonstrates exactly that. But I, again, don't pretend to understand what the hell they're talking about. So if those of you that are interested in that and that understand physics want to explain it to me in very small words, I would appreciate it. Meanwhile, Ashton Forbes has been picking apart this interview from 2014 of the Minister of Defense in Malaysia. He says that the interview is so incredible it actually sounds like satire. The first question the interviewer asked is when he first became aware that MH370 is missing, and he refuses to answer. This is not a controversial question, Ashton says. The defense minister contradicts himself and claims that it was not identified, but that they knew it was a commercial airliner. He also claims it was not hostile. This information corroborates our fire theory and indicates they may have had communication with the plane. Most bizarrely, he asked the interviewer if they should have sent a jet up to shoot down the plane. No, they should have sent a jet to track the plane. Why shoot it down if it's not hostile? Well, the Americans would. Ashton says, wow, what? So the defense minister talking about shooting down this plane.
Minister, when did you become aware that MH-370 was missing?
Sometime that morning.
What time?
Does it matter?
In a storytelling sense, yes.
Yeah, but again, the timeline will show, and I think when the inquiries actually take place, do you really think that Malaysia can hide the way things have unfolded?
Of course not.
No.
But that
so why don't we?
This is not a controversial question.
Sure, it's not.
When you found out.
And basically, we're trying to coordinate 26 countries for search. Now, working into a deep sea search as we talk today, the last thing on my mind is trying to figure out what time that I got that information.
Well, I'll put it to you like this: in a storytelling sense, for a documentary,
Right.
take us back to that day.
But there you go. So there's an example of what Ashton is talking about, where he's refusing to answer the question about when he found out this information. Now, maybe you think that his response is credible. Maybe you don't. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, so it's a little hard to understand there, but Ashton says, got him. I knew we'd find something incriminating in the old press conferences and interviews of our favorite Minister of Defense. Question, there are U.S. spy satellites over the region and we are in touch with them. Answer, yes, we are in touch with them. Question, sir, can you tell us if you have received data from the engine manufacturer Rolls-Royce? Yes. We know USA 229 was able to see the plane, and that's the satellite. See reply for the USA 229 Naval Ocean Surveillance Satellite Flyer. We previously showed an admission that SBIRS system was used to help solve the mystery of MH370. This is a cover-up. We've proven they're lying about what they know. I don't know, guys. What do you think about this revelation, if that's what it is, in the comments below. But like I say, it's not all Ashton. There's other people getting involved in this research. See this Reddit thread. An in-depth look at that turn in the airliner abduction video. The math checks out more than ever. Now, I really don't understand this, what that means. So if you do, let me know. There is an explanation here. Before we begin, I still have not taken a side on this. I care about finding out what is true and what isn't. However, I am motivated to debunk this, and I find myself constantly in awe at every attempt provides more legitimacy to the damn thing. So I measured everything. Let me be clear, I measured everything. This is not an accurate way to measure a 3D event. This is a 2D metric being applied over a 3D event. It's like using a ruler to measure the Eiffel Tower. I'll just go over the bold. However, it is safe to assume that the distance was greater than what we've measured on screen, meaning the speed is pretty much guaranteed to be faster. More distance over the same amount of time equals higher speed. Again, these measurements are our slowest estimates. The plane changes its speed throughout the video. It is descending the entire time. It's not just turning from right to left. It is diving into a turn. And once you notice that it's pretty apparent at first glance. Thinking it's going to slow, that it would stall out. Well, it possibly is. Or it's at least going slow enough to stop creating lift and is descending as it turns. Could this be more evidence that the engine was damaged and that it was smoking? And maybe that's why the orbs interceded, if that's what happened. And here he gives the results of his research at average speed, speed during the turn, speed during the straight segment, etc. Conclusion. I'll stay in my lane here, but I'd love to get some pilots to comment on this. From everything I've researched, I can't find anything wrong with these speeds, especially when you take into consideration the fact that the plane is descending. The plane slows down significantly for that turn, and this has been affecting everyone's averages. When you look at the other segments individually, you see that the speed increases back to where it should be. And here you can go see his research and how he's really gone through this pretty thoroughly. I really don't understand it, so I will link to this and let those of you who do take a gander. Okay, last but not least, Ashton says, MH-370 breaking update. I have been informed by the Naval Criminal Investigative Service that my FOIA will be withheld in total due to being kept secret in the interest of national defense or foreign policy. What? What does that even mean? And here is the full letter that he, received. So, yeah, here it is. Here's a screenshot of the letter. That's nuts. What does this have to do with national security or defense? I don't know what MH-370 was, and I want to be very careful with this story because there are many family members that are affected by this story. It's very possible that that plane did indeed crash into the ocean and all those lives were lost. And I want to be very respectful of that. At the same time, it's also possible increasingly likely that something anomalous happened to that plane and that those people are now missing and need to be found. And that's important too. So, let me know what you think about all this. Do you find this compelling? Do you understand the physics that they're talking about? And if you do, let me know in the comments below. But it is really weird to see things like this, FOIA request, and other pieces of evidence. So let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to share this video on social media, that would be super helpful. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, please consider buying a coffee mug or a t-shirt. See the merch store below. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, consider becoming a channel member. See the first link in the description. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos to check out on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.